Who was the famous Musab bin Umair? Musab was from a wealthy family in Mecca. He wore expensive clothes and had a unique fragrance specially made for him. Before Islam, Musab was like a famous celebrity. When Musab walked by a place, he would draw attention and people would say, "Musab has walked from here." He was very handsome, extremely rich, and very charismatic. It was as if he was an influencer. Think of him as a phenomenon of his time, like a fashion icon, setting the fashion of clothing for that time. Girls would open their windows, climb the roofs, and shout his name so that he would look at them and potentially marry them. His beauty was comparable to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. He had a special aura and captivated everyone. You know the young and rich people now who are racing their Ferraris, Bugattis, or whatever you might imagine? Just like them, he had a kind of richness that couldn't be compared to other people. Instead of expensive cars, he would race amazing camels and horses right among the mountains. In such an environment, in such richness, one day during dinner, Musab bin Umair heard a sentence. The sentence was, "Did you hear what Muhammad is saying? He wants to make all our gods into one god." People in the past believed in many gods and didn't think there was life after death. But Musab had a problem with this. There was an emptiness in his heart. He started questioning the meaning of life and felt like everything was meaningless. He stopped going out and his mother tried to cheer him up with all kinds of fun things, but nothing worked. Meanwhile, a man named Habab had recently become a Muslim and was very passionate about it. He was a blacksmith and knew Musab's character. When he saw Musab, he thought, if only we could share Islam with him, it would be amazing. One day, Musab asked Habab if his hand was burning from holding hot iron, but Habab sees that his hand hadn't burned. Habab said, "By Allah, there is such a fire in my heart that I do not feel the fire in my hand." He didn't feel the pain because he had a burning fire of faith in his heart. Because of this simple sentence of sincerity, Musab was intrigued and started learning about Islam. If we have the same passion as Habab, imagine how many Musabs we can turn towards the truth and justice of God. One day, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and Abu Bakr met 6 young men from Yathrib. They embraced Islam. A year later, this group grew to 12, and they requested a teacher to learn Islam. The Prophet sent Musab bin Umair, who played an important role in Yathrib's transformation into Medina. His efforts marked a significant shift within the city. Musab, with the help of Asad ibn Zurara, established his home as the center of Islam in Medina. He recognized Sa'd ibn Mu'az's influence as a tribe leader and wished for his conversion to Islam, hoping it would lead many others to follow. One day, Asad said, "O Musab, this man approaching from afar is Sa'd ibn Mu'az. He is the leader of one of the tribes here and he has a huge influence. If he converts to Islam, thousands will follow him as well." Sa'd ibn Mu'adh was coming towards Musab very angry. In that moment, Musab raised his hands and prayed, "O Allah, grant me sincerity." Sa'd ibn Mu'adh arrived and threw his spear in front of Musab's legs and drew his sword, saying, "I will not allow you to create chaos in Medina as you did in Mecca." Musab then said, "Give me a minute. Maybe what I'll say will be beneficial to you. If you don't like the words I speak of, here is my neck and there is your sword. You can either strike my neck or send me away." Sa'd was impressed with his confidence and gentleness and agreed to talk. Whatever Musab said in that 1 minute, Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, who had come to kill him, changed his mind. He said, "What a wonderful and beautiful message this is. What does one do if he wants to enter this religion?" Do you see the sincerity of Musab and how well he knew the Quran and the message? Do you know what you recite in your prayers and what it means? Knowing these is what true faith is. And let me tell you, a man who possesses this true faith can challenge the universe. We require new Musabs who can spread peace and tranquility wherever they go. However, we have been selfish for a long time. We think only of ourselves. We do not live for others. Because of our ignorance of the fundamentals of our religion, at times we have failed to preserve our own faith. What efforts are we making for the afterlife and for our religion? Turning Yathrib into Medina should be a topic of discussion at our dining tables with friends. Without such concerns, even attending a weekly religious discussion becomes a hassle. Let us strive to keep God at the forefront of our lives. Everything we do should be for the sake of Allah. Musab bin Umair, the man who was once rich with everything he could have in the world, was martyred in Uhud with a piece of cloth on him that didn't even cover his whole dead body. Do you understand what this means? He sacrificed everything he had for the sake of Allah. The comfort, the money, the family, the fun he grew up with. How many of us can do what he did? Genuinely ask yourself this question. Can you leave the comfort of your home and leave to another country for the sake of Allah? Can you leave behind your expensive clothes and live simply? These might sound simple, but they really aren't. Musab bin Umair understood this, but chose to live his life striving for his Prophet's love and sacrificed everything for the sake of Allah, including his life, which is the most valuable of them all.